talk about inner and outer purpose, or external or internal purpose. And I think and I believe that everybody's internal and external purpose is different. It varies from person to person. And right now I just want to discuss about how I feel, or what I think it's about, and just talk about my journey on this and just track my progression. And I want to know other point of views or stories and journeys as well. So for me, I think that inner purpose is about aligning with the current and present moment, and just being able to be here and now, and not worrying about the future, not worrying about the past, and just only ever knowing and feeling and experiencing that this moment right now is all there ever is, and that this is it, and this moment is the only moment that ever exists. And I do truly believe, speaking from experience, that your inner purpose and your inner being, it directs the way things will be in the future for you, the next moment. So whatever or however you are in this moment will determine your outer purpose or your external purpose. So whatever you feel on the inside and however you are on the inside, I think that determines your outer purpose. But for me, my outer purpose, I'm trying to figure it out still. And right now, I just have the wanting, and it gets me really excited and passionate about helping others and just being there for others on their journey, because I also know what it's like to be alone and not have others to talk to. I just want to be able to be there for somebody. I want to be a helping hand to others. I want to show the rawness and realness of life and experiencing life, not just showing all the good sides to things, but also the sides that are really tough. I want to share my experience with others so that others know that they're not alone, and that there are people that want you or others to be heard and strive as well. For me personally, I love it when I see people are doing well for themselves and they're trying, It's always better, and this is I've learned this, and I've also heard this on another podcast. It's always better to do something half-assed than not asking it at all, or not doing anything at all. The more and more you figure out what it is, definitely I think that inner purpose is connected with nature. I believe and think that humans, we're just all nature. If you look at the trees and you look at the grass, you can just feel and sense and see, for me at least, that we're all connected. For example, when I go on walks or I go to nature spots with my husband, I always touch trees, and every time I touch a tree, there's just a shift that happens in me and my energy and how I feel. And every time I do that, I feel like I am one step closer from just being more whole and coming back to myself and being. And nature, it's just always here. It's just always goes through everything. I think if I'm able to go back to myself, into myself being whole, which means being here and now, not stressing or worrying about the future or ruminating or having regrets about the past. Sometimes when you stress and worry about your outer purpose, that means that you have lost touch with your inner purpose. What I've learned in A New Earth, the card says when you worry about your outer purpose, you forget about your internal, you lost sight of it. So it's always important to just take a step back and catch yourself. And you don't have to blame yourself for making a mistake, or you should have known better. And we're all learning and we're still experiencing, so it's okay. So that moment you have that realization that you've lost track or you're not doing as well as you think, or that you think you should, and whatnot, that's the moment where you come back to being present in the moment and having that consciousness. On this journey, it's also important not to be hard on yourselves, finding our inner and outer purpose. That's very, very important. We're all human. We're not perfect. We're here to make mistakes and evolve. And I'd like to say personally, it's hard. I'm really hard on myself, and I'm trying to find ways that I can be less harsh on myself, and I'm trying to find cues and habits that work for me. All of this is just a journey, and whatever it may be, I definitely do think that your inner and outer, your external, internal, they're all connected. And when you're able to have that in motion and everything is flowing, it'll come from a place of non-doing, and non-doing of doing things effortlessly. You're doing, but you're also not doing. It's coming from the energy and the being within. You're just doing it. You're not thinking about it. My husband and I, we talked about this, and he's taught me to just don't think, just do. And when you don't think and you just do, everything just falls perfectly into place, and it gets easier, and you're going with the flow of life when you're just doing, because life is just about experiencing and just doing. I just hope whatever your inner or outer purpose is, that it feels good to you, and you're also doing good onto the world, because everything is connected. We're all a collective conscious. Whatever you do, just do things one at a time. That's what my husband always tells me. One thing at a time, and it's true, because if you try to do too much, you're not gonna get anything done. So remember to do one thing at a time, and to always do something than to not do something.